Zulu King L1, peace and love. Got my brother right here, Watt Slice, um, the brother Just P, MIA. Not sure where he at, but salute King. Um, we need you, brother. Get right and get back on the show. You know what I'm saying? Um, what's it called? I'm a little upset today. Well, I have a few reasons to be upset. But I'm gonna stay on topic right now. Get into something later that's bothering me. But people saying this youth, right? I think he was what, 21 years old, said
22.
that 22, said Jim
Mm.
Jones is more relevant than Nas. And it's sparking, I don't want to say it's viral, but it's sparking a good amount of conversation. I had some young coworkers of mine work with a lot of different age ranges of youth, people that all consume hip hop, real hip hop heads that I work with. And we was not arguing about it, but we was talking about it, and a lot of dudes at my job was upset. And the crazy thing is, it was younger dudes that were upset with that young man's take on it, because they like, yo, Nas is one of the goats, like all time. Like Jimmy's never been ever considered that. He's never made music like Nas. They're like, I don't know what type of time boy it's on, but like, the youngsters was not having it at my job, and you already know, like the so-called uncles. I guess we fall in the unks um era, which I don't, subscribe to or whatever, because I still feel young, great, or whatever. But Nas is of course one of my personal favorites. But I'm gonna just flat out say Jimmy's not fucking with Nas in any universe. This universe that we live in, an alternate universe,
The Marvel
any
Cinematic Universe.
yeah, any DC, Marvel, intergalactic, whatever different dimensions, the upside down, whatever dimension, whatever zone you in, Jimmy has never ever been on the level that Nas has been on. You can't go album for album with Nas. You can't even like his catalog. Yeah, Nas might got more albums in his catalog than Jim Jones' whole mixtape career. And that's someone who stayed pretty active in the mixtape zone. And I'm not, again, I think for those that said, like, follow the podcast here at Spears and Mike's, we've both given props to Jimmy. We've slayed Jimmy to a degree on certain episodes, and we've also given him his props where they would do when he's released good music. And we both said that he's improved over the years from what he was. I'm gonna give him that. But no way, no how. He wasn't messing with Nas when they was trying to diss each other. He wasn't messing with Nas now. That young
He
dude is
wasn't even
wilding.
rapping when they was trying to diss Nas. He was the one
Right,
talking on the track. He wasn't even
right. He wasn't
wasn't
even
even
a
rapping.
rapper. He
He didn't even
wasn't
have
even
no
a rapper.
bars. But I don't like the thing is I'm not surprised at the young man because he's talking about like in the club. He's talking about like club records. Dudes is listening to like, whatever pop champagne. And I mean, obviously he's into partying and stuff like that. And Nas ain't into that. Not like you're not gonna hear a Nas song. I mean,
But Nas has
they've
had
played certain joints. Yeah, they've played certain joints in there, but
Nas has
like
had
that's
club
not.
joints.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I'm
has, he
saying?
has,
Like
he has, but that's not Nas though. Like that's
it's
not
not his lane. It's not his
right. It's
lane.
not really his lane, right? But the thing is, like, it took Jim. They're almost in the same age range. Jim is like 48.
He's right. Not
Nas is in his
51.
51. So they're not
Hmm.
too far off in age. And for Jim to just become relevant now as a rapper, when Nas has been doing this since he was 15, 16 years old,
Bro.
professionally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
His
longevity.
professional debut was
uh,
91, right?
right. Yes. The thing is like relevancy and longevity go hand in hand to me. That's
Hmm.
like LeBron. LeBron been in the league 22 years. He's still relevant because he's still producing.
Yeah.
at a level where people is like, wow, this 40-year-old is still like he'll have some slips. He slipped defensively, so he's focused
Right.
more so on the
Mhm.
offensive side of the basketball,
Yeah.
but he's still relevant
And still putting up very
and
solid
still put
numbers.
right.
Top
So
top 20, top 20 in
right.
scoring, I
So
believe.
Nas in turn, Nas, whether you like I don't really think Hit Boy is that great of a producer. He's okay. He doesn't wow me like that. It's certain joints that I do like, but Nas Pen is still Nas Pen, and the way his cadence is still the same. Like Jim, you got dudes around, you got the young dudes around you helping you. And from the beginning, nobody was helping Nas when went to hell for snuffing Jesus and all of that
Mhm.
stuff. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like nobody was helping Nas. You
Mhm.
had help through all your hot song, all your singles, all the hot stuff he was doing. He had help. Max B, Mel Matrix, Stack Bundles. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like we already know. And you wasn't even a rapper for like the first 5 years of your career. You
Wow.
wasn't even a rapper. You
Wow.
just was the so-called muscle or goon or whatever, or you had the goons or whatever you were. But like you kind of like swagged your way into a conversation. We like honestly, we shouldn't even be talking about this. I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
Like
no,
I'm dead serious
yeah,
because like
yeah, yeah, no, we shouldn't even address it.
it's
Shouldn't even
giving him
address it,
relevance.
like,
Now I'm
right.
serious, but I'm tired. And like yo, this is gonna be my last time talking about him. I'm not even gonna lie because he shouldn't even be in no conversation. Like he done spoke himself into a potential versus with Styles P. This is crazy.
Right.
This is crazy to
Right.
be from New York.
He don't even have smoke for Styles P, much less
Yo,
Nas. Come on, man.
yo, Pusha T. You trying to talk down on Pusha T? As far as rap, who can like yo? I know a lot of this stuff is exaggerated. We know that. Just like wrestling, like some of the stuff be based on real stuff, but like the some of the stuff is you know, I guess would you say scripted or whatever? I don't want to disrespect the wrestling terms, but like yo, predetermined, right? So
Predetermined, yeah, yeah.
right, so some of the stuff is real though. You know what I'm saying? And like some of the stories these rappers are telling, or it's somebody else's life. It's something they might have
Mhm.
seen. Sometimes they might have went through it, or sometimes they're just telling a story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Jim Jones might be telling Luca Brassi's life, you know what I'm saying?
or whoever,
Or
or
whoever,
whoever.
right? Somebody
Like
else.
you wasn't
Might
moving
be
work like Rich Porter. Just like he said, Pusha T, you talking about all them bricks you wasn't selling, bro. You not the ghost of Rich Porter neither, bro.
right, he
You're
might be
not El
telling Mel
Capo.
Murder, he might be telling Mel Murder's life on record. You know, I don't I don't hate Jim, you know what I'm saying, but there's certain things that I dislike. I don't know why. It ruffles my feathers. It gets me mad like when people try to put him in this category or wedge him into like some type of debate like he's great.
You know why?
He's
Because
average.
a
He's
lot of the
average.
not even average. Like to me, like for the stuff I listen to, like he's mediocre. But I like some of the songs I do like this last album he put out. It was okay to me. I like some of the joints.
And El Capo's
Yeah,
what
The Ghost of Rich
because
Porter was good too.
he makers is crazy production, like, you know what I mean?
Um, yeah, the production carried him. Like yo, like I said, a lot of that stuff with Dipset, Heat Makers carried them. Heat Makers carried them. Like I only liked Cam. I told you that.
Hmm.
Like the main core of Dipset is Cam, Jim, Jewels, Zeke. Zeke ain't no rapper. Once Zeke started rapping, like is whatever. Jewel Santana was never nice to me. He was the best ad lib rapper ever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like his
Hmm.
rhymes was a bunch of ad libs. Wasn't really talking
Yeah,
about nothing.
yeah.
Excuse me. But
You know. You know what
They
I
sparked the
okay.
era. They no, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
They sparked the era when I came out of the military in '04, and I was going uptown, going to check my cousin, and I was on
Like
Dykeman.
the Hayes era.
Yeah, the Hayes era. I was on Dykeman. I was uptown every weekend. I was in the Heights. You know what I'm saying? I was on Amsterdam. I was in the 150s in Amsterdam. But the Heights is where really where dudes was. You had a lot of Puerto Rican, Dominican brothers that was looking like Jewels and Jim. They was wearing antique denim. They was wearing Pelés. They had their hair braided. They dudes was blood. They was wearing BB belts. He they fashioned a lot of stuff. So I think that's where a lot of his notoriety and strength came from. It wasn't the music, wasn't really it was the look more
Mhm.
so than what I'm saying. And then, like I
Right.
said, a lot of that stuff came from Stack Bundles and Bigger Vel too. Like dudes ain't
Mhm.
like yo. I
Free the
remember,
waves.
yeah, I remember the I met Stack Bundles right before he even got with Bird Gang. Met him at Harlem Grill, and it was Mashanda's birthday, and Swiss Beats threw her a party. So my man Bruce Spitz was invited. So me, him, and my man Tremaine Emery, aka Denim Tears, a lot of people know him as Denim Tears. I drove to Harlem Grill, and we met Stack Bundles. Stack Bundles already was wearing the chains on the jeans.
The bike chains, yeah.
He was already wearing that. He was
Mhm.
already vamping, as Jim Jones likes to say. He was already doing that when we met him. You know what I'm saying? And all of that, like I was wearing True Religion jeans before I even knew who Jim Jones, before Jim Jones even was rapping about it, or I even seen him. My man owned a store in Soho, Pulse. My man Anwar, I went to junior high school with him, and my man Tremaine went to high school with him. And we used to go in there and get clothes. And he used to hook us up, and he used to tell us what jeans the when Artful Dodger and Robin jeans came out, the Visu, all of that. He had those jeans in there, and we was going in there getting the jeans before I even knew this dude was, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So he might have influenced certain people, but like I
People was
said,
yeah, people was
I
on it though already. Like
yeah,
it wasn't him that
I've seen, yeah, right. He
uh
acting like he's the
broke the
creator of
ground
it.
and right, yeah, like he
Like True
styled
Religion,
everybody. I styled everybody in hip hop, you know what I
True
mean?
Religion came out in 2003. I came from overseas 2003 and went shopping in New York when I came home when I was on break. And I was like, what is this with the Buddha, with the fat Buddha, with the
Mhm.
guitar? And I didn't know what it was. And I was buying it because my man told me these are the joints. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
True
right,
Religion
right,
didn't even
right.
have a store yet. He didn't even have his own store yet. But whatever, that's neither here nor there. What I'm saying is like I think that's why people, put him up there because of the influence Dipset had, and then like he's keeping it going, because like if you see like Cam don't really rap like that, but like as they started like veering off from each other, he started pulling away from the Dipset persona, and
Mhm.
started going back to how he was dressed. Because like if you see Cam like waves of clothing, he was dressing you know, different each album. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So yeah, but that's
Um one thing I just want to add about it, right, is like one in reference to this young brother that I said, because I ain't gonna call him a YN. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? That's y'all.
yeah.
Y'all
We
want to
don't
use them
subscribe to that. We
terms.
don't subscribe to that.
Right. Like for the young brother, right? That's your choice. That's your pick. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to say is I don't give any weight to some of the younger generation when they talk about hip hop because they don't even know the four elements of hip hop. They can't name you no b-boys, they can't name you a DJ, they can't name you a graffiti artist. They don't even know that it's like a whole culture. They just think hip hop is rap, right? They don't
Yeah.
know any of the pioneers, they don't know the father, the godfather, they don't know nothing
Yo,
about
but
true hip hop culture. They don't
they
know the
they they
values,
know
you
they
know what
know
I'm
video
saying?
vixens. They know video
Yeah,
vixens
right.
and Instagram models.
They know love and hip hop. They know, right.
Yeah.
They know all the negative things
Pop the
that rap
balloon
culture,
challenge.
right. They know all the negative things of rap culture and then they associate it with hip hop. So it's like when a young man says, yeah, Jim Jones is more relevant than Nas, I don't even give it weight. Even but it just had to be addressed today because like
But
I'll be honest.
he might be right though. You know why? Because um
To who though? To dude that's under
to his own
25?
to where he's at in his life, to where he surrounds himself with in his life. But I think he's regurgitating what Jim Jones said. Jim Jones said that himself that he's more relevant than Nas. He said that in a Breakfast Club interview, I believe. So he's just regurgitating off of what Jim
Mm,
said. That's I don't that might be his own thought, but it might not be. And it might be true to him because he's in the club and that's what he hears. So I mean, but that's on him. Like Jim Jones can't make a "I Gave You Power," but Nas can make a "Summertime in Miami" because he made "Street Dreams" remix with R. Kelly.
right,
He can make he like what was it? G's Up. And I like G's Up because of Max B, of course. He made G's Up. He can't make a live nigga rap though. He
or
can't make a If I Ruled the World. He can't make that.
I
We
don't
seen
know.
Jim Jones get booed off stage. You were standing right next to me. You were standing right next to me. And he performed one of his hottest songs, Summertime in Miami. And what happened? They got him right up out of there, did they not? They got him right up off the stage, did they not?
So I'm gonna ask you this off the top of your head. Don't even think about it, right? I mean, whatever. Does Jim Jones even get a top? Is he in the top 50 MCs in hip hop?
No, no,
He might not even be in the top 100.
might not
He m-
be.
he
No.
might not even be in the top
Well,
100.
just because you
Yo,
have a
word to
few hot
mother,
songs, that don't
word
mean you in the top of anything, yo.
yo,
I think
word
that's
to
where we get lost at.
Right.
I think
Word
that's
to
where we get
everything I
lost at.
love. Word to everything I love. Right now, I could probably off the dome drop 50 dudes that I know is way, way better than Jim Jones.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, man, like the Pharaoh Monches, the Royce the Five Nines, you know what I'm saying? Sean Prices, Black Thought, all of these dudes is better. You know what I mean? Benny the
Yeah.
Butcher, West Side Gun, Steen, all of these dudes is better. Rome Streets, all of these
38 Specs.
38 Special. And these are dudes, new dudes that I would rank way ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Way ahead of you. I don't think you could crack the top 100, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that
Yeah,
doesn't, yo,
yeah.
that's not to say that you've had a successful career with Diplomats. You've had a successful solo career. You know what I'm saying? I don't knock it. You know what I'm saying? At all. Salute. Go get the bag, go make your money. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a bad person or none of that. But like, I don't know, man.
I
Like,
don't think his new album did too well. I gotta look at it again. I know 50 was clowning him for it.
right,
As he always he clowns everybody, but I think he put his streaming numbers out, his streaming units out, and it wasn't too good. Uh, and it was highly anticipated that album because of the whole beef he was having with Cam and Mace about him being a fan of Cam and of Children of the Corn early.
right.
So I don't think that but that album was alright. I actually like that song Jomo. I like the beat because I like
Yeah,
who is Static Selector, right? That
yeah, I think
that's
so.
Static. I think that's Static. Yeah, he knows how to pick beats too. And I was
Right,
listening to him. Like I listened to an interview with him where he was talking. They was asking him about how he picks beats. he was an A&R for Koch and
Mhm.
for a bigger label. I think it was
I think it was
Universal,
Warner
if I'm not
Brothers. It
mistaken.
was Warner
Warner Brothers.
Brothers.
Right, that's what it was.
Yeah, it was
Warner
Warner
Brothers, right?
Brothers.
But he
Right.
was an A&R, so he knows how to listen for
Mhm.
stuff. He has an ear. He has an ear. But
Definitely.
when he starts talking about he could outbar somebody,
Nah, slow down.
you don't have no quotables. You have
No.
no quotables. Zero.
Yeah.
Zero.
Name one in the comments, y'all. If you a big Jimmy fan, drop a comment with a quotable. I'll come back with a few Nas quotables, and you tell
I
me
remember
what.
somebody was trying to go back and forth with me in the comments on some post, and I was just like, just name a quotable. They was like, yo, he killed his "Come Home with Me" verse on the "Come Home with Me" song was crazy. I'm like, what did he say?
Right.
It was just
It's a
crazy.
it's a good
What did he
record.
say?
It's a good
But
record.
what
It's a
did
good.
he say? What did he say though?
Nothing. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing
What
because I
like
can't even remember it. You know what I mean? But yo, slow down, man. Like Jimmy, slow down. You're bugging. The young brothers,
too much
whatever.
za, too much
Yeah,
za in the grabber.
yeah. Whoa, shit got your dome fried, man. You
Whoa. All
go
right.
go go listen to Nas's catalog and then maybe circle back and let us know. Maybe you owe
Ernest
an
fried rice.
apology.
Because
Or
the young man was saying like, "Yo, we was listening to Ballin'. We wasn't listening to One Mic." But like Nas had songs before One Mic that was
right,
getting radio play,
heavy burn,
like heavy,
heavy.
so like, and I think One Mic came out way before Ballin'. So I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
Jimmy, the best of Jimmy's work is not even messing with Lost Tapes 1 and 2 as a combined, you know what I'm saying? Be honest with you. Those are Nas's so-called throwaways or songs that didn't get selected for the albums, things that were left off. All of that work to me is better than what I've heard from Jim. So that's to me like, that's pretty much how I feel, honestly. But whatever. If you disagree with us, drop a comment, man. We open for the discussion. Jim Jones versus Nas, man. I don't even know how we're even talking about this, but it is what it is,
He
man.
made it possible.
Right? Yeah, he's
He talking himself into these
right. He
conversations.
talks himself into the fashion thing. He talks himself into the
Oh,
like, bro. You're not
I f-
even
yo,
you're not even on West Side Guns level with the fashion. Like,
he had a
you know what I'm
blouse
saying?
on. He had a blouse on, man. I don't. That's another thing. Like, do not fly either. I remember the dude. I told you before. Dude, got called out for wearing fake sneakers by a sneakerhead, by a world-renowned sneakerhead. Dude told you you had on some reps. You wanted to fight him. Like, like you got called out for wearing some reps and some variants, and you want to fight the dude. Like, fight the person
Oh,
that you
man.
bought the kicks from.
Man, if somebody could spot some reps off your feet, that's pretty bad, man. You know what I mean?
It was crazy, man. I mean, but that's Harlem, though. Harlem is known for,
Oh,
you
man,
know,
don't nah,
no,
don't
yo,
no.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a story. One of the Dipset members, I ain't gonna say his name. I'll let people in the comments figure it out on their own. Y'all can argue about who it is. Um, he came to my neighborhood, came to my block, right? He was with my man. Um, very arrogant, like he was talkative, but very arrogant, jewels on, all of this, talking crazy. So, dudes, I'm on the block. It's a regular day, whatever. You remember those Invisible Woman Nikes, the see-through joints, right?
Yeah, everybody
Only
had the bootleg ones.
only two colors ever came out. Now I'm a sneakerhead, so I know this because I had one pair.
But
It
there
was
was
the
like six
blue,
colorways out there
it
though.
was the blue and the purple because it was the Invisible Woman's. They had a fantastic four-pack, right? So the
Mm,
Invisible Woman's, it was matching her uniform, the
mm.
Fantastic Four uniform. So and like she had the blue, the traditional Fantastic Four blue, which I had, and then they had the lavender color, right?
Mm,
Dude came through. He had some red joints with the toe. It's supposed to be clear, but it was clear black. I'm like, yo,
mm. Never even seen that before.
right.
Oh,
I'm like,
so the
so
regular clear.
right. So I'm like, yo, we get those. Oh, it's exclusive. Got it from here in Harlem. And in my head, I'm like,
Exclusive.
I know they
Foo-foo.
fake. I know they fugazi. You know what I'm saying? I know
Whoa.
that. Like, but I'm gonna let you live though. I ain't gonna say nothing because I ain't, I didn't care. Like he was like, yeah, they ain't got these. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they don't. Nobody got these. I'm sure they don't got them. You know
Exclusive.
what I mean? Yeah, but I'm just like, so with that whole thing with Jim Jones, with him wanting to fight the dude, I'm like, yo, and that's a lot with him too. Um, and this is like outside of like him rapping, whether you think he's a good rapper or dope or whatever. Like every time he gets into something with somebody, he threatens violence. He got into it with Pusha T, right? What was that, last year or the top of the year or whatever, or a couple of years ago, whatever it was, whatever. I forgot. Time just goes by, you know what I'm saying? So quick. There's so much things happening, can't keep up, right? But he got into it with Pusha. He dissed him on a song, and then go and tweet something like, "Yo, be careful how you respond to me." Like, so now you trying to make somebody scared to respond to you, like you some
Right.
big tough guy
Right,
because
right,
you work
right.
because you make videos or you working out. I never see you. I mean, whatever. I don't care. But because you work out, you think you're a tough guy. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And somebody's
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this is supposed to be like a friendly sport. So that's bullying. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could say
yeah,
what
yeah.
I want to say and do whatever I want to you, but
Yeah.
you can't to me. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
bullying is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's corny. I think, and that's another reason why I think he's corny, and that's like some sucker stuff. You know what I mean? Some sucker
Yo,
stuff.
it is. I'm gonna say one last thing because I'm just thinking about this whole shit. Jimmy's songs and his career is not even messing with Nas's features, like
Hmm,
verbal intercourse. You know what I'm saying? Eye
mm-mm,
for an eye. Like
mm-mm.
um Thug, that what's the Nas with the Mob Deep joint where they sound like the Brandy joint, like Thug Life
Oh,
is mine. What's that joint? Um you know what I'm talking about. So I think that's murder music.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
You need
saying?
to give
Like
it up.
right, give it
Yeah,
up, or
yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
was called.
I
Like
forgot the name
Nas
of that
got
song.
more joints features like throughout hip hop. Like, and I'll put together the list. Like he'll smoke your collection, your best work, Jimmy's best work. Nas just a verse from a featured song that he's on someone else's album. He'll
His
smoke
his
Jimmy.
feature on the W on "Let My Niggas Live" is a crazy verse too.
Right? Yeah, I'm
That's a
telling you,
crazy verse.
verbal intercourse is a crazy.
His jacking for beats is crazy. What is it? Spark the Philly, sipping on Baileys with three Israelis, we Willies.
Hmm.
That joint when he flipped the beats, the
Hmm.
jacking for beats kind of thing. He was rhyming over Young Gifted and Black at first, and then the beat changes or whatever. I think it was on a Clue tape.
Who is
Very
Jim? Who is Jim battled of notoriety to even say that he's slayed anybody in hip hop? Like he's just been posturing for a battle or to position himself to be mentioned with the likes
yeah.
of certain great
I wouldn't
artists.
even do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you have
I
yet to
wouldn't
even
even
slay
do it.
nobody. Like, I'm sorry,
He looked
like,
bad in verses. He looked
right?
bad in
That's what I'm
and I think
saying.
that's
Like,
what he's
your
trying to
group,
get back
your
from.
group
I
got
think he's
packed
trying to
up.
get back from them. Yeah, I
Your
think he's
group
trying to
got
get back.
packed up at the verses. You would get packed up in the verses by most of the people you probably want to collide with. You know what I'm saying? So, what are we talking about here, man? On that note, man, let's just there's no more to say about this, man.
Yeah, I think we gave it too much time.
Nas is one of the goats in hip hop of his era, and you're not even top 100. You know what I'm saying? Like
In no
respectfully.
era.
Right, and no error. Right, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Man, somebody tell me where he's positioned at in hip hop. I'd be shocked if real hip hop heads could tell me he cracks a 100.
I don't think
You
he's on that
know,
list of the Forbes list. I don't think he's on the Forbes list.
yeah, we're gonna unpack that too at a later episode. Because I know it was just updated not too long ago. But we'll talk about that as well. Yo, thank you for tuning in to Spears and Mike's. If you're listening to it on Apple Music, give us a 5-star review. That will help. If you're listening on YouTube, hit that subscribe, hit that like. You know what I'm saying? This is available on all audio streaming platforms and also for YouTube. And we go live whenever we do this. So, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe, share, all of that. Salute. Peace and love, man. Spears and
Peace.
Mics.